Today I'll be giving you guys tips to get to 15,000 trophies, and I'll be showing you the top 5 decks to get there. Starting off with the 5th best deck to get to 15,000 trophies with, guys, we are playing this very aggressive bait spam deck. We do have the Cannoneer Tower up in here, but if you guys don't have Cannoneer leveled up, you can feel free to play this with Princess Tower. This guy just spam laughing at us. And guys, today I'll be showing you the best decks to get to 15,000 trophies with, but I'll also be giving you guys some good tips to get there as well. Because even with the right deck, you could still fail to get to 15,000 trophies if you don't know the right things to do. So I would say one of the most important things, guys, is to just use what you have leveled up. So for example, in a deck like this, if you have, say, like a level 15 Musketeer and only a level 13 Dark Goblin, then by all means go for your Musketeer instead of the Dark Goblin, and that'll probably help you a lot more. Because levels are really important in this game. And also, guys, wow, we do get our king up here, nice. There is something, wow, what, Mirror Mega Knight? What the heck? Dang, that's crazy. But guys, something really important that I see a lot of people really underutilize are the card boosts each season. Like, every season, guys, there's one or more boosted cards. This season, for example, Skeleton King is one of the boosted cards, which means that it automatically brings it up to at least your King Tower level. And yeah, that can really help you play some more decks that you normally would just not have the levels for. Especially a card like Skeleton King is normally pretty hard to level up since it is a champion. Also, man, this guy's just going crazy right now. Let's just BM him a little bit. Let's just say bye. Can't believe this guy has Mirror Mega Knight here. But anyways, guys, the goal with this deck is pretty much just to be as aggressive as possible. You want to spam both lanes and kind of just overwhelm your opponent. You play this deck so aggressively that even though the defense can be a little bit rough in certain matchups, your opponent just never really has the chance to make a proper push a lot of the time. Like, I'm not even joking. Sometimes you just can't defend a certain deck, but then you're just able to apply so much pressure that it doesn't even matter. Ooh, this guy does get the Mega Knight down. Okay. I think we'll be fine, honestly. I mean, I'm just gonna get my Fire Spirit off right here. Oh, wait, no! I put my Fire Spirit on the wrong tile. Let's just go for the Skelly Bro with this Skelly King, guys, and I think we should be okay. Yeah, we're chilling. So, guys, another very important thing I want to let you know is that, you know, I said about switching cards in your deck to play what you have higher level, but also what's important is to just play what you're comfortable with. Because, for example, if you're more comfortable with a Snowball in this deck over a Log, then by all means just play it, you know, like play decks that you're actually comfortable with. Don't just play only the stuff that's meta and that looks broken. As long as you're comfortable with a deck, you're probably going to at least be able to have some moderate success with it. Also, man, I don't even know what's happening right now. I'm kind of just playing stuff on the board and hoping it works out. This guy's doing the exact same thing. I can't believe he has Mirror Elixir Golem and like all this crazy Mega Knight junk. This is what you're going to face half the time at 15,000 trophies, so make sure you're ready for it. Moving on to the 4th best deck to get to 15,000 trophies with, we have Miner Rocket. The reason why this deck isn't higher on the list is because it is one of the best decks to get to 15k with, but the one thing about it is that it does take a little bit more skill compared to some of the other decks in today's video. You actually have to play well to be able to do well with it. Okay, this guy just went for Xbow Tesla first play. That is very nice. We're going to get a Miner down here to kill the Tesla, then hopefully it can take out some of the Xbow. I think we might take some damage right here, guys, because honestly, I didn't really have the best cycle. I could have just gone for a Rocket on the Xbow there, but I knew that I didn't have, like, you know, an Ice Spirit or something to tank, so I didn't really want to take all that damage, but I guess Rocket would have been the better play there. I just didn't think he'd Xbow Tesla first play. You know, another very important tip I want to give you guys is to use your Elixir very sparingly when you're facing these mid-ladder menaces at 15,000 trophies. I see people constantly just overcommit. You know, they see like one Spear Goblin and they spend a whole night on it when they could have just let that go and used that Elixir much better elsewhere. Guys, you never know when a random mid-ladder player could just pull out a balloon out of nowhere, or just any sort of crazy thing last second, like a Hog Rider Royal Giant deck is something that they could have very easily. So just use your Elixir a bit sparingly. If you see like a Witch in the back or something, sometimes it's okay to Rocket it, but I don't know, I feel like a card like, for example, Musketeer, if you see that in the back, it's not really good to Rocket it. Don't Rocket it first play, you know, just like keep that Elixir in hand because you don't know if they're going to pull a balloon out or what they're going to pull out. Just keep your Elixir in your hand and just figure out what they're playing. And once you know what they're playing, then you can start to be a little bit more aggressive with your spells and stuff like that, and you can defend a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you should defend badly, but just don't overcommit too heavily, because some people definitely overcommit really heavily, especially on defense, I noticed. Anyways, we're going to get our Knight down right here, guys. We kind of need to Get some damage on his tower, though. Oh, that is such a bad Xbow by him. I mean, such a bad Knight, really. The Xbow was okay, but, like, the Tesla, the Knight, and everything was kind of bad by this guy. Miner is chipping away a little bit right here. This matchup is going to be interesting. It's going to kind of be like a rocket cycle game right here, but if we play right, we can maybe sometimes try to punish him. Okay, he goes for the rocket. We just have to rocket, too. He does go for a Tesla as well. I think that Tesla by him is actually pretty bad, but what it will do for him is that it will help him get to his Evo Tesla. That's the only issue. Kind of surprised he's going in for the Xbow on this side, honestly. We could try to snipe this here, guys, because his Tesla's not going to block it. Nice! Really good log there as well, because it made it so he didn't have time to react with, like, you know, skeletons or something to block that Tesla. Okay, the only issue right now is that I think this guy is going to get to an Evo Tesla kind of soon. I wasn't really counting his cycle exactly, but I think either his Tesla right now is Evo or his next one will be. Okay, yeah, he cycles one more normal Tesla, guys, but his Tesla after is going to be evolved, so that's going to be a really big issue for us, actually. Nice, Miner does connect on the tower right here. If we get a little bit more damage, we might just need 2 more rockets to win the game. Let's just get our Knight down. Dude, I want this guy to tornado. Nice! Nice! He thinks he's so smart, guys. Look, he thinks he's so smart for that NATO, but I knew I had my Evo Tesla, so I knew I was fine. And he could get 2 rockets to win the game here too, guys, but I know that he's not going to be able to cycle 2 rockets before I do, so we just get this Miner chip right here, and if we chuck a rocket in a second right now, we are going to just win the game. What was that tornado? Yeah, okay, we win the game, and, you know, I feel like we just played that pretty much perfect, and that's sometimes what this deck requires. Now, moving on to the third best deck to get 15,000 trophies with, we are playing this Quick Miner Balloon Cycle deck. I feel like it's a really good option to get to 15,000 trophies with, because you can either play it very slowly as kind of a miner chip deck, or you can get kind of aggressive with your balloons. So you have a lot of ways to get damage. You have the Evo Musketeer to surprise people. I feel like one of the best things in mid-ladder is just completely surprising your opponent with like a random Evo Musketeer, because I think a lot of people that are around 15,000 trophies, they don't really keep track of cycle very well, if at all, so you can often just surprise them and get so much damage off of them not knowing what your evolution's cycle is. We do get some nice damage right there. This guy probably just has Graveyard, so he's gonna probably have a lot of air defense. It looks like he has, you know, the Ice Wizard, Witch, and everything like that. Maybe even a Tornado, but I sure hope not. Okay, he goes for the Ice Wizard in the back. I think this matchup's going to be really hard because of the Goblin Head as well, so our main way to win this is going to be to get a nice Evo Musketeer. Guys, another tip I want to give you to get 15,000 trophies is that you really want to keep pivotal cards not on the board. Like, I don't know how to explain it the best. I would say you want to keep pivotal cards in your hand as long as possible. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you have a Goblin Curse in your deck, you don't just want to, like, cycle it on nothing. Oh, wow, he just missed a Tornado. No way. Buddy is not a paid actor, though. But he just missed that. But anyways, yeah, you want to keep pivotal cards in your hand as long as possible, like Goblin Curse. You don't just want to cycle it on nothing, guys. You want to really try to catch your opponent off guard and just get, you know, a crazy amount of value when your opponent is least expecting it. Oh, nice. We're going to get a nice Evo Musketeer right here, I think. Okay, Musketeer. Did you just sell right there? Okay, didn't sell too badly. We do get a decent Snowball. Should just get Balloon Death damage, but it's going to damage down the Witch and the Ice Wizard and the Tower, so I think that's actually not that bad for us right here. Nice, Musketeer is probably going to take out the Witch. Yeah, perfect. He's actually not going in for a Graveyard. Oh, he does go for the NATO. I'm not going to lie, guys. I kind of just forgot he had Tornado, and I kind of just, like, autopiloted the Miner right there. But wait a minute, we could actually go for a Balloon here, because he placed his Goblin Hut a little bit off, guys, so the Balloon is not going to go for the Hut right here. Miner might be able to take out this Ice Wizard if we're lucky. Nice, we take out the Ice Wizard, let's go! Balloon does get on the tower, and he has to pull it back with the Tornado. But you guys can see we're applying so much pressure that he's not really having the chance to actually make any sort of Graveyard push, which is just, not really putting him in a good spot in this game right now. Yeah. Anyways, guys, even with a deck like this, for example, if you just kind of play your cards, you can kind of, just your cheap cards, you can kind of make this deck look just like a Miner Cycle deck instead of an actual Balloon deck, so you could definitely catch a lot of mid-ladder players off guard with that when you just pull your Balloon out of nowhere. Alright, you know, guys, we have our Evo Musketeer now, so this could be our chance. Let me try to snipe something. Oh, he went for the Witch in the back. I was kind of hoping he'd go for something sort of, in the corner. Dang, this is pretty bad for us right now because of that. We do get the Miner kind of on the Witch here, but Ice Wizard is really going to mess with us, so I don't think we're really going to get much out of this, guys. Yeah, I mean, I guess we get Balloon Death damage, but that's nothing to write home about. He does go for the poison, but it doesn't really hit too much because Musketeer was played kind of far back. Really good Musketeer placement by us. Okay, Ice Wizard, why are you on the tower, buddy? Okay. I can't really switch lanes here at this point, guys. I feel like we're too far in, you know? We just have way too much damage on one side to actually try to consider switching lanes here. Alright, we get a pretty solid snowball right there and really good Musketeer placement just sniping down this Goblin Hut. I feel like Musketeer is just so nice in this deck to snipe things down just like it is doing right here. He does go for the Witch. Hopefully our Evo Musketeer can maybe take it out mostly. Nice, looks like we're going to be able to just about take it out. Miner is chipping away. And guys, notice how I'm not overcommitting with the balloon right now. Because I feel like a lot of people would just keep on going in for the balloon, but I kind of just realized here that he's sort of building a stack up of troops. So if I go for balloons, I'm just going to feed that basically. So that's why I'm not really going in for the loons right here at this point. We're just going to get a miner and a snowball because we just need like 2 more miner hits and a few snowballs to take down the tower. Yeah, if we get like, yeah, two miner hits plus a snowball, we'll take down the tower. Actually, 2 snowballs should just take it here. Good game. I think that this Mortar Skeleton Barrel deck is the second best deck to get to 15,000 trophies with. Guys, the Skeleton Barrel is just going absolutely insane right now. Cannoneer feels really solid in the meta, and really just all of these bait cards seem quite amazing, and they just pair so well with the Skelly Barrel, the Skelly King, all of that. So yeah, we're just going to go in for the Skeleton Barrel right here, and just want to see what this guy's actually running, because he has kind of crazy cards right now. He has Wall Breakers, Hog Rider. Pretty weird deck out of him. You know, guys, the most important thing here is that we don't feed this guy too much. Because I feel like it's kind of easy to feed people with this deck, since if you play everything in the same lane, they can just get so much spell value, and you don't have any big spell yourself to actually take out their units. So when you're playing a deck like this, you have to make sure that you sort of space your stuff out well. We're going to get our Mortar down right here, and looking pretty good so far. Mortar should just kill this Musketeer. Nice. We could go for a Skelly Barrel after. You know, guys, the bats are going to be a little bit of an issue for us here, though, for sure, in this matchup. Skelly Barrel does get a small connection, but it doesn't target the bats, though. Alright, but we're going to kill everything anyways, so yeah. Ice Wizard will maybe force out a response, too. I feel like even just the Ice Wizard gets so much damage on the tower. It's kind of crazy how Ice Wizard used to always have to be played with NATO in the past, but now everyone just plays it without it, pretty much. Gonna go in for the Skelly King Goblin Gang here, because I really have nothing else to do at this point, you know? Oh, he has Barbaro. I think we're in big trouble, guys. That was very bad for us. He does go in for an Evo Knight. Oh my gosh, we just have to go for arrows here and some late bats, guys. I think our only chance to come back right now is the Evo Skelly Barrel. You know what, let's try it. Let's try this Evo Skelly Barrel and see if we could get something going. Bats are kind of tanking for it, which is actually pretty nice for us. Wow, look at the damage there! Oh my gosh, what? What the heck is this guy doing? He surely had to have something right there, right? Oh man, I'm just going to get this going in the back right now. I'm loving this situation. Goes for a Hog Knight. We could just get our Mortar down, get our arrows too. Guys, look at that, man. Sometimes under-defending can go a long way, guys. I feel like people just love to over-defend at this type of trophy range, but look, if you sometimes under-defend and you just sacrifice a bit of tower damage, even with a deck that's not super heavy, you can actually just punish your opponent so badly, just like I did right there. He has the Elixir Collector down, but it's not really going to do anything for him. He's just down, like, way too much Elixir right now. We have double Cannon Cart going. We can even get our Goblin Gang, too. And these bats right here. Holy moly, the amount of spam is crazy. This guy's pump does not even have the chance to finish, and that is going to be game over. I believe the #1 deck to get 15,000 trophies with has to be Hog Earthquake. And guys, I did make a bit of a substitute in this deck. Normally I play it with Cannon, but I actually decided to put Tesla for this Hog deck to get 15,000 trophies with. The reason why is because I feel like in mid-ladder people always end up playing some random balloon in pretty much any deck that they make, so I think it's actually better to have Tesla when you're at this range of the game. This guy does go for the E-Drag, but Mighty Miner is on the opposite side, which is pretty good. And guys, I have my #1 tip for you guys here in this match, man. I saved the best tip for last, so I'll let you guys know what it is in a second here. Let me just try to figure out if I can actually defend this or not. I think we might be able to just because our king is up. Yeah, it's just really good to get your king up as early as you can whenever you see a Firecracker. I feel like a lot of people play Firecracker, so you can actually quite often get that king activation if you're smart about it. I see people sometimes just like panic against the Firecrackers and forget to actually get their king up. But guys, I would say the number one mistake in mid-ladder when people are trying to get to 15,000 trophies is that they often will just commit so heavily on the opposite side when they see their opponent goes for something like, you know, a Mega Knight, a Golem, an E-Giant. But guys, you never know what their decks are, so, you know, like sometimes if you have like a RG deck, for example, and you go RG other side when they Golem, they can literally just 3-crown you sometimes, because you just don't know what they have. So I would highly recommend that if you guys just don't know what your opponent's running, like maybe sometimes you could tell what they're running, you know, if they have like some normal meta deck, you could probably tell like, oh, they have 2.6 or this or that, but a lot of the time you just don't know. So a lot of the time when your opponent goes for something heavy in the back and it's basically the start of the game, don't overcommit on offense on the other side, mostly just try to defend. Like, you know, if you have Hog Rider, you can maybe get away with going for like a Hog other side when you see like a Lava or a Golem first play, but really nothing more than that. Like, you don't want to spend really any more than maybe 4 Elixir on the other side. Otherwise, you could really just be putting yourself in a situation to potentially just get 3-crowned right off the bat, which would not be too nice for you. Okay, this guy does actually get both of his dragons down right now. Oh, nice! The Electro Dragon actually died a little bit quickly right there. Oh, nice! Inferno Dragon's also getting targeted by our tower, so we do take that down pretty good. With this deck, guys, you really just have to abuse that 3-card cycle of the Mighty Miner, which is exactly what we're doing here. We're just abusing it by basically getting to as many firecrackers as possible, so even if he can kill one of them, he just has no way to kill multiple of them. Because by the time he could kill one of them, we just get back to another, and we just put this guy in a cycle of pain. Because, yeah, he has arrows, but that can only kill one of them, then we just get to another and another and another. And, yeah, we could just go for the Earthquake here, and we just take a very nice win against Elixir Golem, so make sure to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed.